Alright guys, I'm back and this is a daily chart of gold. This is actually my favorite pair to trade. So let's get right to it. So basically what we're doing is I already have my support, my horizontal line is already drawn on the screen, and just so the video won't take incredibly long, we're just going to go through and touch upon the different spots where support and resistance have formed. Now remember, throughout the lecture we were talking about the price wave model and how highs and lows are established throughout the chart. So as these highs and lows are being formed, remember what I was saying before. Naturally, what happens is that for support, we're looking for a low to be tested and failed, or a high to be tested and failed before we actually become interested in that particular support or resistance area. Otherwise, we'll have lines all over the screen, and plus, it's actually more accurate. Now, for instance, let's say we have price trending to the upside, and we have a high established here. The market pulls back, it goes up higher, comes back down, it goes up higher. Now we have two touches here. So we have a high that was here, and we have a failure of that high. So this is resistance. Okay, but notice this as well. We have a high that was established here. Okay, and as price came through and retested, we have a nice little failure. Okay, I will define failure once we get into fractals, but trust me, I just want you to train your eyes at first to actually be able to see this. So this is actually a support area. So now as prices went through, the market came up, and now you see right here we retested that previous support area. Support became resistance, and look how accurate that is. Now prices come down, and this is one of those support zones I was telling you about, but just for the simplicity of this lecture I won't really go into that. But as you see, prices coming down here, and we have a new high that was established here that coincides with this previous low. So now we have resistance. Prices come down, we have support zone in this area, prices come down, retest that area, we have a failure. This is very, very significant. Okay, prices come through and it comes up, and once again we retest this area. See, these areas are being respected perfectly. I mean, it's amazing how this happens. And this is nothing but convergences of highs and lows of previous price waves. Now we have a reversal, price breaks through because we already have support already established here. The market comes down a little bit, and look at what we have. Previous support turns into resistance, and price comes down. Okay, we have resistance and support here that actually turned into support here. The market holds pretty well for several days. It looks like it held for over a month. Price comes down, retest that area, resistance, well, support turned into resistance. Okay, these areas have been touched and failed multiple times. Now, the definition of a failure is basically when price does not close above or below that particular high or low. Okay, so prices come down, we hit this area again, respect, prices come down, once again we have failure, and once again we have failure. Now, if you want to see how this works in real time, you can look at a few of my trading videos, and the most recent video was gold. It was from July 31st, and I actually mentioned this exact concept. So basically I was at this point and I sold at the high here. And the reason why I sold at the high is because we were at a resistance area. I was anticipating for this area to hold. I mean, this area has been respected for 4 months now. Okay, so ever since March 21st, and when I entered the trade at the end of July, that's well over 4 months. So this area is a very, very strong resistance area because previously it was support. It turned into resistance in early June, and ever since, every time we got back to that area, prices fell. Now, it's not going to hold forever, but eventually this area should break. I mean, it can break next week or it can break next year, but eventually it will. And once it does, I expect this area to turn into support. Once again, this is a very, very significant area for us. Now, we can do this all day. I can go down to an hour chart. I can go down to a 15-minute chart. Obviously, the stronger the time frame, excuse me, the bigger the time frame, the stronger the support and resistance. Okay, so everything is always relative. But this is very, very important for you to be able to recognize. Because if, for instance, you don't see these things and you are in a trade, and let's say you were buying, you were long, because you see all of these up bars here, you're like, okay, man, this market is going to the sky. You know, I want to add on some positions. And then as soon as you buy, the market reverses. This is why. It's amazing how a lot of people do not see this. And it happens over and over again, and the market punishes them because they do not recognize a simple concept as support and resistance. So if you haven't seen the video, it's the gold video. It was on July 31st, and I talk about this exact concept. And I actually break down an hour chart, and I talk about my targets, and I throw in some Fibonacci's in there, and you can see how everything tied in together beautifully. Everything worked out exactly how I planned it. And that's what I try to do when I trade. I try to have everything lined up in front of me to where basically this is my GPS, right? And so I just get in a car and I just go because I already know where I'm going. I know where I have to turn. I know where I have to get off. I know where to stop. It's pretty easy for that point. The hardest part is recognizing these turning points, recognizing support and resistance, doing your Fibonacci's, and it's not really difficult. It's just more tedious than anything. But once you get that out the way, trading is easy. You place your trades and you manage your trades, whatever strategies that you have, whether it's reverse compounding or if you want to reverse pyramid or pyramid, and after you're down, which is called dollar cost averaging. There's so many things that you can do, and I'm going way beyond the scope of this particular lecture. But I just want you to see how support and resistance actually manifests on a particular price chart. So we go from the price wave analysis, we go to the Fibonacci's, and we go to the support and resistance. And you can see how everything is starting to coalesce beautifully. So in the next lecture, we're going to talk about fractals. And then after that, we're going to talk about different candlesticks and stuff like that. So basically, I'm just going to drag you along slowly, and hopefully we can build that fundamental foundation that you need in order to get your trading career going. So, all right, thanks for tuning in for this lecture, and I'm signing out. So hope this is very beneficial to you, and don't forget to sign up at speakingforex.com if you have not already, and check us out on Facebook and all that good stuff, and hit the like button whenever possible. So, all right, guys, take care. I'm about to sign out, and guys, have happy trading. Take care.